Greetings! Mandatory79 here! And welcome back to another deck profile video for Cardfight Vanguard Tier Days! Alright then, let's get started. Pressing the A button now.
Cardfight, Vanguard, Tier Days.
Loading game and proceeding. Here we are in the main menu, up to the edit deck menu. And now in today's video, the deck profile I'm going to be making one for is a Dragon Empires, Chakrabarthi, Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva, D-BT06. And I'm going to be using this Dragon Empires, Chakrabarthi, Divine Dragon, Nirvana, D-BT04 deck as the base of the deck I'm going to build. So copying deck, copy, rename it, Jheva, J-H-E-V-A, Jheva, accept, and let's get, okay, so I'm going to be using this D-BT04, Chakrabarthi, Divine Dragon, Nirvana, D-BT04, that is the base of the deck I'm going to build, then entering edit deck, and entering edit deck, off we go, here we are. And like I just mentioned before, the deck I'm building in today's deck profile video is a Dragon Empires, Chakrabarthi, Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana, Jheva deck, made of cards only available up until D-BT06. So first, we're going to the filter settings and to pack, show only cards from D-BT01, Genesis of the 5 Greats, D-BT02, A Brush with the Legends, D-BT03, Advance of Intertwined Stars, D-BT04, Awakening of Chakrabarthi, D-BT05, Triumphant Return of Brave Heroes, Festival Collection 2021, Festival Collection 2022, Troll Pack number 1, and finally, D-BT06, Blazing Dragon Reborn. And applying filter. And now let's first start with the Grade 3 lineup. Let's see what cards over here. The Grade 3 Chakrabarthi, Divine Dragon, Nirvana. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 3 Virina Valiente. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 3 Virina Expecta. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The Grade 3 Prayer of Resonating Wishes. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. And then there's also the Grade 4 Virina Esperidia, not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And the Grade 4 Chakrabarthi True Dragon Maha Nirvana, not playing this card anymore, taking it out. And in its place, we're putting in the Grade 3s, let's see, over here, right deck, Grade 3, Chakrabarthi Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva, skills for skill, action as Vanguard, once per turn, cost, discard a card from your hand. If the cost and paid, choose up to 1 Trick Star and up to 1 Prayer Dragon unit from your drop zone, call them the rear guard circle. And second skill, auto as a Vanguard. When this unit attacks, cost, counterblast 1. If the cost and paid, choose one of your rear guards in the X-overDress state and restand it. So for Nirvana Jheva, it's the main Grade 3 to ride this deck. With skills, the first skill, by paying the cost, you can call a Trick Star and Prayer Dragon to potentially attack or boost with, and to also X-overDress with. And the second skill, just by attacking your Vanguard, by paying the cost, you can restand a rear guard X-overDress unit. So you'll have another attack to potentially pressure or finish off your opponent with. And so for Chakrabarthi, Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva, we're putting 4 into the deck and 1 into the right deck. There we go. And now the Grade 3 Brilliant Equip Drum Virina, skills for skill, continuous, X-overDress, 1 Trick Star and 1 Prayer Dragon unit. You may place it by stacking on all of the specified units instead of calling it a rear guard. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if this unit is in the X-overDress state, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. And if your opponent's Vanguard is Grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. And the third skill, auto as a rear guard, once per turn. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, if this unit is in the X-overDress state, cost Soul Blast 1. If the cost and paid, choose one of your columns, retire all of your opponent's rear guards in that column. So for Virina, it's one of the cross-overdress units to be used in the Nirvana Jheva deck. With its skills, the second skill, just by being in the cross-overdress state and having the second condition of having your opponent's Vanguard be at grade 3 or greater, this second skill can turn your rearguard Virina into a potential 23,000 to 33,000 point attacker for your front row. And the third skill, just by landing a successful attack on the cross-overdress state by paying the cost, you can wipe out all of your opponent's rearguards in one column. So overall, Virina is a powerful front row attacker and a good way to wipe out your opponent's field. So the brilliant equipped Virina, we're putting in 4 into the deck. Here we go. And now for the grade 2 lineup. For the grade 2 this deck, we're playing the grade 2 Blaze Maiden Ryu. We're not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. The grade 2 Virina, not playing it anymore, taking it out. The grade 2 Virina Arts, not gonna play anymore, taking it out. And in their places, we're putting in the grade 2 right deck, grade 2 Snuggling Blaze Maiden Ryu. Skills, first skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Chakrabarthi, Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 Prayer Dragon from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have a Prayer Dragon unit in the same column as this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So for Snuggling Blaze Maiden Ryu, she's the main grade 2 to ride this deck. With her skills, the first skill, just by riding Nirvana Jheva on top of her, you can get a Prayer Dragon from the top 7 cards of your deck to potentially call with, attack with, boost with, or to use as fodder for cross-overdressing. And the second skill, your Ryu can serve as a potential 15,000 point attacker in the front row as long as you've got a Prayer Dragon in the same column as her. So for Snuggling Blaze Maiden Ryu, we're putting 1 into the deck and putting it into the right deck. There we go. And now next up, we're putting in the grade 2 Jewel Sword equipped Virina. Skills for skill, continuous, cross-overdress, 1 Trick Star, and 1 Prayer Dragon unit. You may place it by stacking it on all of the specified units instead of calling to rear guard. And the second skill, continuous as a rear guard. If this unit is in the cross-overdress state, this unit gets plus 10,000 power. And for the battle this unit attacked, when your opponent would call cards from their hand to the Guardian Circle, they must call 2 or more at the same time, active on opponent's turn 2. So for Virina, it's one of the other cross-overdress units meant to be played in the Nirvana Jheva deck with its skill, second skill. As long as it's in the cross-overdress state, your Virina can serve as a potential 20,000 point attacker from the front row, and also with its additional ability for the second skill, your opponent will have to use up more cards to guard Virina, making Virina a very powerful front row attacker and a guard restrictor. And so for Jewel Sword equipped Virina, we're putting in to the deck 3. Okay, 3 should be fine. And now the grade 2 Sturdy Wall equipped Virina. Skills for skill, continuous, cross-overdress, 1 Trick Star, and 1 Prayer Dragon unit. You may place it by stacking it on all of these specified units instead of calling it to rear guard. Second skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the rear guard circle by cross-overdress, choose a card from your drop zone with the cross-overdress ability other than Sturdy Wall equipped Virina and put it into your hand. And the third skill, continuous as a rear guard or a guardian. If this unit is in the cross-overdress state, this unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects, and it gets plus 5,000 power and plus 10,000 shield, active on opponent's turn 2. So for Virina, it's one of the other cross-overdress units to play in your Nirvana Jheva deck. With its skills, the second skill, just by cross-overdressing it to the rear guard, you can get any other cross-overdress unit from your drop zone to your hand to serve as another cross-overdress to attack with later. And then for the third skill, as long as your Virina is in the cross-overdress state, not only is it protected from your opponent's card effects, serving as a pseudo-resist ability, but also serve as a potential 15,000 point attacker for the front row and a 15,000 point intercept in the front row as well. And so for Sturdy Wall equipped Virina, we're putting 3 into the deck. That should be enough. And next we're putting in the grade 2 Sword equipped Dragon Galondite. Skill auto. When this card becomes an original dress, choose one of this card's outer dress units. until end of turn, it gets plus 5,000 power. And if the outer dress is Jewel Sword equipped Garo by Rina, it gets plus 5,000 power. And outer dress unit is the unit that this card is the original dress of. And so for Gallandite, it's one of the Prayer Dragons meant to be played in the Nirvana Jheva deck. Give its skill, when it becomes an original dress for a crossover dress unit, the crossover dress unit gets plus 5,000 power. And if it's Garo by Rina, another 5,000. So ideally, Gallandite is a good way to give the crossover dress unit that stacks on top of it a little extra power to work with, especially for Garo by Rina, which gets an additional 5,000 power with the additional skill of the second ability. So for Sword Equipped Dragon Gallandite, we're putting into the deck 4 already. And next, what else can we put in? I think we're done with the Great 2 lineup, so let's get on to the Great 1 lineup. For the Great 1 to this deck we're playing, Ride deck, Great 1, Blazeman Reno, not playing anymore, taking it out, and in her place we're putting in the Great 1 Ride deck, Great 1, Heart Pounding Blaze Maiden Reno, skills for skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon by Snuggling Blaze Maiden Ryu, search your deck for up to 1 Trick Star, call to rear guard, and shuffle your deck. Second skill, continuous as a rear guard. During your turn, if you have a Prayer Dragon unit in the same column as this unit gets plus 5,000 power. So for Heart Pounding Blazeman Reno, she's the main Great 1 to ride this deck. For skills, the first skill, just by riding Ryu on top of her, you'll get a Trick Star to call the rear guard to either boost with, attack with, or to use his fodder for overdressing or cross overdressing. Any second skill, as long as you meet the conditions, your Reno can serve as a potential 13,000 point attacker from the front row or 13,000 point booster from the back row. And then the Great 1 Heart Pounding Blazeman Reno, we're only going to be playing 1 into the deck and putting it into the right deck. That should be enough. Next, the Great 1 Twin Buckler Dragon Sentinel Perfect Guard, not playing it anymore, taking it out, and in its place we're putting in the Great 1 Flash Equipped Dragon Brahmada, skill, auto. When this card becomes an original dress, cost counterblast 1. If the cost and paid, draw 2 cards and choose a card from your hand to discard it. So for Brahmada, it's another Prayer Dragon meant to be used in the Nirvana Jheva deck with its skill. Just by cross overdressing it on top of this guy, by paying the cost, you can increase your hand size by drawing 2 cards. And so for Flash Equipped Dragon Brahmada, we're putting 3 into the deck. Yep, 3 is enough. Next, the Great 1 Wall Equipped Dragon Build skill, auto. When this card's outer dress is retired from rear guard or guardian circle during your opponent's turn, cost Soul Blast 2. If the cost is paid, call this card to an open rear guard circle, and outer dress is the unit that this card is the original dress of. So for Wall Equipped Dragon Build skill, it's another good Prayer Dragon to be played in your Nirvana Jheva deck with skill. For the crossover dress unit that this card is equipped to is retired from either the rear guard or guardian, either by retired from your rear guard by the opponent's skill or attack, or retired from the guardian circle when you use that crossover dress unit to intercept or guard. You'll be able to pay the cost to call Build skill back to your rear guard to either boost with, attack with, or to use his fodder for crossover dressing. So for the Wall Equipped Dragon Build skill, we're putting in 2. 2 should be enough. Now for the Great 1 Sparkle Rejector Dragon Sentinel Perfect Guard, skills for skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in deck. Second skill, auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, choose one of your units. It cannot be hit until end of battle. If your hand has 2 more cards, choose a card from your hand, discard it. So for Sparkle Rejector Dragon, it's one of the other perfect guards for the Dragon Empire Nation. Like any other perfect guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When used to guard with and discarding a card from your hand, you can block 1 enemy attack. But it also features an ability unique to all D standard format perfect guards. When used to guard with while you have less than 2 cards in hand, Sparkle Rejector Dragon can serve as a potential no-cost perfect guard in desperate last resort situations. So for Sparkle Rejector Dragon, we're putting 3 into the deck. 3 is enough. And now the Great 1 Blitz Order, Elementaria Sanctitude, skills for skill, Continuous Sentinel. You may have only up to 4 cards of Continuous Sentinel in deck. Second skill, Continuous. You may have only up to one Elementaria Sanctitude in the deck. And third skill, Order. If your opponent's Vanguard is triple drive, this ability can be played without paying the cost. Play this with a cost of discard a card from your hand. If the cost is paid, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or less, choose one of your units, and it cannot be hit until end of battle. Remove this card. So for Elementaria Sanctitude, it's the Blitz Order version of the Perfect Guard. Like any other Perfect Guard in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When activated, you can discard one card from your hand and block one enemy attack. But this Elementaria Sanctitude is best used against opponents who play Vanguards that have triple drive, for example, grade 4s or Vanguards that increase their drive check by 1. For when used against such an opponent's Vanguard, you will not have to pay the usual cost, making Elementaria Sanctitude a potential no-cost Perfect Guard against opponents with the triple drive ability. And so for Elementaria Sanctitude, we're putting one into the deck. There we go. And next, we're done with the grade 1 lineup. So now for the grade 0 lineup. For the grade 0s of this deck, we're playing right deck, grade 0, Surprise Egg, skill, auto. When this unit is rolled upon, if you went second, draw a card. So for Surprise Egg, it's the starting unit of this deck. If you had skill, when written on top of, you can draw a card if you're the second to go. So for Surprise Egg, we're putting one in and putting it into the right deck. And then the grade 0, Trick Star, skill, continuous as a rear guard. This unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects. So for Trick Star, it's one of the main cards to play in your Nirvana Jheva deck. For its skill can serve as a pseudo resist ability. For your rear guard, Trick Star cannot be chosen by opponent's card effects, protecting it from being retired, returned to hand, bound, deleted, or any other skills that target your rear guard. Not to mention, Trick Star is one of the main components to be used in the X-overDress ability that's mainly used in this deck. So for Trick Star, we got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. And now for the trigger lineup. For the triggers of this deck, we're playing the grade 0, Blaze Within Zone, critical trigger. Not gonna play this card anymore, taking it out. And next we're putting in, not yet, let's look some more. The grade 0, Blaze Within Rona, heal trigger. Not playing her anymore, taking it out, thanks for everything. And then there's the grade 0, Burning Flail Dragon, critical trigger. Skill, auto as a rear guard. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. Cost, put this unit into your soul. If the cost is paid, choose one of your units, and it gets plus 2,000 power until end of turn. Silver Burning Flail Dragon, it's a powerful critical trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation deck. For its skill, after boosting the attack, regardless if the attack hits or not, as long as you don't mind moving Burning Flail from your rear guard to your soul, you'll have a good way to not only stock up your soul for later soul blast, but to also give the remaining attackers in the field, your Vanguard or rear guard, a little extra power to work with. So for the Burning Flail Dragon, we got 4 in the deck, leaving it that way. Next up, the grade 0. We're putting in the grade 0, Blaze Within Parama, front trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. So for Parama, she's a powerful front trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks. For her skill, when used to guard with while the conditions are met, Parama can serve as a potential 20,000 point shield all on her own. So for Blaze Within Parama, we're putting in to the deck only 3. 3 should be enough. And next up, the grade 0, Flare Veil Dragon, draw trigger, skill, continuous as a guardian. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, this unit gets plus 5,000 shield. Silver Flare Veil Dragon, a powerful draw trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks. For its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions are met, Flare Veil can serve as a potential 10,000 point shield all on his own. And so the Flare Veil Dragon, we got 3 in the deck, putting 1 in, playing 4. And next up, what else can we put into this deck? Here, the grade 0, Stealth Fiend, Amavira, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is placed on the Guardian Circle, if your opponent's attacking unit has attacked 2 or more times this turn, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. Active in this battle is its second attack this turn or more. So for Amavira, it's a powerful counter heal for your Dragon Empire Nation decks. For its skill, when used to guard with while the conditions are met, Amavira can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield all on her own. Ideally, Amavira is best used against opponents who play decks that specialize in restanding and attacking multiple times with their units, either their Vanguard or rear guard. So for Stealth Fiend Amavira, we're putting 2 into the deck. 2 is enough. And then we're putting in the grade 0 Cure Flare Draco Kit, heal trigger, skill, auto. When this unit is put on the Guardian Circle, if the attacking unit's critical is 2 or greater, and its critical is increased by a non-trigger effect ability, or its original critical is 2 or greater, this unit gets plus 15,000 shield until end of battle. So for Cure Flare Draco Kit, it's another heal. It's a pretty good heal trigger to play in your Dragon Empire Nation decks. With its skill, just when use the guard against the opponent with the conditions met, it can serve as a potential 25,000 point shield on its own. Ideally, Cure Flare Draco Kit is best used against opponents who play decks that specialize in increasing their attacking units' critical, Vanguard, or Rearguard by card effect or card skill, not by trigger effect. So for Cure Flare Draco Kit, we're putting 2 into the deck. And last but not least, the grade 0 Dragon Deity King of Resurgence, Drag Vita, skill, trigger, additional effect, choose one of your Vanguards and stand it. So for Drag Vita, it's the over trigger for the Dragon Empire Nation. Like any other over trigger in the Cardfight Vanguard trading card game, it features the same skill and activation. When revealed during a drive check or damage check, you get 100 million power and draw a card, but it also features an additional skill unique to it alone. When revealed during a drive check on your turn, you can restand your Vanguard. So for Drag Vita, ideally, it's a powerful over trigger that lets you pressure or finish off your opponent by revealing it during your turn or your drive check. Just by revealing on your turn, you'll be able to pressure or finish off your opponent with the additional Vanguard attack, not to mention the increased chances of getting triggers or simply building up your defense with the extra cards in your hand in the second Vanguard drive check. So for Dragon Deity King Resurgence, Drag Vita, we got 1 in the deck, leaving it that way. And with that, the deck's been built, cards explained. Let's just save the deck. Override deck being built, yes. And for the cards in this deck we're playing, 4, grade 3, Chakrabarthi Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva. 4, grade 3, Brilliant Equip Brahm Virina. 3, grade 2, Jewel Sword Equip Garo Virina. 3, grade 2, Sturdy Wall Equip Bills Virina. 4, grade 2, Sword Equip Dragon, Galone Dyke. 1, grade 2, Snuggling Blaze Maiden Ryu. 3, grade 1, Flash Equip Dragon, Brahmada. 2, grade 1, Wall Equip Dragon, Bill Skill. 3, grade 1, Sparkle Rejector Dragon. 1, grade 1, Elementaria Sanctitude. 1, grade 1, Heart Pounding Blaze Maiden Reno. And then there's also the grade 0 Surprise Egg Starter Unit. 4, grade 0 Trick Star. And for the triggers of the deck we're playing, 4 critical triggers, 3 front triggers, 4 draw triggers, 4 heal triggers, and finally 1 over trigger, Drag Vita. And the deck has been built, cards explained. Now it's time to test out the deck, so leaving the edit deck menu, returning to the main menu and off to fight menu, selecting CPU fight, and choosing the deck I just built, the Dragon Empires, Chakrabarthi, Phoenix, Dragon, Nirvana Jheva, D-BT06 deck. Selecting the deck, and now choosing opponent test it out on. I'm testing it out on Grant Gate, Zakuza Ishigame, normal difficulty. And the battle begins. Let's get started. Here we are, entering the fight. Deciding he goes first. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Paper to scissors, I lose, going second. Drawing our starting hands, I drew a perfect guard, critical, Gallandite, and 2 trick stars. I'm gonna hold on to the perfect guard, 1 trick star and 1 Gallandite, returning these 2 instead. Redraw a Jheva and a draw trigger, not too bad. My opponent's going first. He rides the Great 1 Brutus, skill of the Great 2 Tech 10, looks his deck for a set order, and search his deck again for Overcoming the Eternity. End of their turn, my turn, I draw. I ride from the right deck, Heart Pounding Blazeman Reno for the right deck cost. I'm discarding the draw trigger, Flare Veil Dragon. Nope, discarding 1 trick star, discard, and right Reno, Surprise X skill, draw a card. I drew another Gallandite. Alright, then go into battle phase. My Vanguard, 8,000 power, the attack goes through, dry check. Ah, heal trigger, wasted a trigger, come on! Where are all my X-overDress units? And boom, 1 damage check. Yes, critical trigger key, wasted a trigger. Trigger effects wasted. And that's the end of my turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent rides to the Great 2, Cubizia. He calls the Great 1, Kagula, and the Great 1, Rayozia. Skills activated, revealing Eclipse Moonlight. He plays the set order, Eclipse Moonlight. Set it to the order zone, and the world becomes Dark Knight. Skill the order card, he's going to Superior Call 1 Shadow Army token. Skill Cubizia. 5,000 power to the Vanguard. Attacking the rear guard first. I gotta guard it. I guard with 1 Gallandite. Guard 13,000. And Shink, safe. Now here comes the Vanguard for 15,000 power. No guard, taking a hit. Drag check. No trigger, an order card. Safe, 1 damage. Ow. Damage check. No trigger for your dragon. Now here comes Rayozia, boosted by Shadow Army for 23,000. No guard, taking a hit. Ow! Damage check. Critical trigger. Ah, wasted a trigger. Come on, again. Another wasted trigger. Then that's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. Stand and draw. Drew a foot trigger. I ride from the right deck. Snuggling Blazeman Ryu for the right deck cost. I'm discarding 1 draw trigger, Flare Veil, discard, and ride Ryu. Reno's skill. I search my deck for 1 trick star. Call to the rear guard. Calling over here. Yep, here. Then I call 2 Gallandites. 1 and 2. Calling. Now to the battle phase. First, my right side Gallandite attacks the rear guard Kagula. 10,000, 8,000. The attack goes through and slash. 1 rear guard down. 1 less to worry about. Now next, I'm going to attack the other rear guard with Gallandite. 10,000, 8,000. The attack goes through and slash. Another rear guard down. No, another 1 less to worry about. Boosted by Trickstar. Ryu attacks the Vanguard. 15,000 power. The attack goes through and drive check. Yes, a X-overDress unit. Finally. Boom. 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger. Grade 2. Safe. That's the end of my turn. My opponent's turn. My opponent rides the Grade 3, Cardinal Dominus, Orpheus Regis, Skill of Regis, deploy a set order, becomes Moonlight, Moonlight skill, call a Shadow Army, she sets the order card, Overcoming an Eternity, setting, and move the 2 Shadow Armies up. The rear guard attacks the Vanguard first. I guard with Stealth Fiend Amavira, guard 20,000. The attack is blocked. Kachink, safe. Attack from the other Shadow Army. I guess I got a no guard. Ow! Damage check. No trigger, great one. Now here comes the Vanguard Regis skill. He superior calls. One Shadow Army to the front row. Power the Vanguard and skill activated. Power the rear guard. That's 20,000. So no guard for the Vanguard. Taking it. He drive checks first. No trigger. Regis. No, he persona right next turn. Second check. And a great 2. Safe. So just 1 damage. Here it comes. Out. Damage check. Come on. Ah, no trigger. Come on. Where are all my good triggers? 20,000 the Vanguard. I guard the front trigger. Parama. Guard. 30,000. Attack blocked. And Kashink. Safe. End of my opponent's turn. My turn. Stand and draw. I ride from the right deck. Chakrabarthi, Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva for the right deck cost. I'm discarding Garo Virina, discard. Right. Nirvana Jheva. Ready skill. Look at the top 7 cards of my deck for Prayer Dragon. Look at the top 7 and I'm adding to my hands Flash, Equipped Dragon, Brahmada, and the hand. And now in my drop zone I have 1 Trickstar and 1 Gallandite. Okie dokie, I'm gonna first activate my... I'm calling first Brahmada to the rear guard. Calling over here. Calling here, and gonna cross overdress Brahm Virina, cross overdress. I'm taking Brahmada and Trickstar, cross overdress over here, get dressed, power added, and Brahmada skill, counter blast 1, counter blast, and draw 2 cards, draw and discard 1. I'm discarding Gallandite. That's all I can do for now, so wait, not yet. I'm going to... Nope, that's all I can do. So I got 2 perfect guards. I can't afford to discard any, so just going straight to battle phase. First, my Brahm Virina attacks the Vanguard, 30,000 power. The attack goes through, and bang! 1 damage. Damage check. No trigger, safe. Then Brahm Virina skill, Soul Blast 1, Soul Blast, and retire 1 column. I retire over here. 1 Shadow Army gone. Now Nirvana Jheva attacks the Vanguard, 13,000, 13,000. Nirvana Jheva skill, Counter Blast 1, Counter Blast, and restand Brahm Virina. Restand. The attack goes through, Twin Drive, first check. Yes! Heal trigger! I heal 1 point of damage, healing this one, build skill, and giving power to Gallandite. Power added, healing 1. That helped out. Second check. Yes! Critical trigger, double trigger. Critical to Vanguard, and power to Brahm Virina. Critical added, power added. 2 damage to the opponent. Here it comes. The flames rain down, and boom! 2 damage first, no trigger, safe, and second, no trigger, safe. Yes, an Orpheus Regis, 1 less card to persona right with. Now, Brahm Virina attacks the hold on. Gallandite attacks, no wait, hold on. Brahm Virina attacks the Vanguard, 43,000 power. My opponent, oh yes, his over trigger down the deck. He guards once, and the attack fails, and now here comes Gallandite to the Vanguard. 20,000 power, he guards away draw trigger. 23, attack blocked. That's all for me. End of turn, my opponent's turn. My opponent personalized Orpheus Regis. And Regis skill, deploying the set order, Eclipse Moonlight. Superior call a Shadow Army. Skill of the order card, plus 5,000 power. He deploys Overcoming the Eternity. Set the order zone. And he calls Dadai. Dadai skill. Superior Call, 1 Shadow Army. Skill of Overcoming Eternity. Oh man, that's not good. He just keeps stacking more power. More power. Rear guard to Vanguard, 50,000. 45,000. I can't guard it. No guard. Ow! Damage check. Yes! Draw trigger! I draw 1 card. I drew a critical. That'll really help me out. Rear guard to Vanguard. 45,000. I'm going to guard. And guard. Double guard. 48,000. Attack blocked. And ka-chink. Safe. The Vanguard attacks the Vanguard. Skill of Orpheus Regis. He Superior Calls 2 more Shadow Armies. Power added. Skill of Overcoming Eternity. Power to the one side over there. Again, more power. Over there. One more time. 5,000 power to this side. And another 5,000 this side. This is gonna be rough. I perfect guard with Sparkle Rejector, perfect guard. And for the perfect guard cost, I'm discarding 1 Burning Flail, discard. Twin Drive, first check. No trigger, perfect guard, not good. Second check. Critical trigger. All effects to the right side Shadow Army. But I still block the attack, so I'm safe. Ka-chink, safe. The one without the critical attacks the Vanguard, 35. No guard, taking a hit. Ow. Damage check. No trigger, Trick Star. Now here comes Shadow Army 45,000, 2 criticals. I guard with Sparkle Rejector Dragon. Skill activated. No cost, perfect guard. And ka-chink, safe. That's the end of my opponent's turn. It's my turn. Stand and draw. I Persona Ride, Chakrabarthi Phoenix Dragon, Nirvana Jheva. Persona Ride. Draw a card. I drew another Bram Virina. Sweet. Now I'm going to activate Nirvana Jheva's skill. Discard 1 card. I discard Nirvana Jheva. Look in my drop zone for a Trickstar and a Prayer Dragon. I'm adding Trickstar and Bill skill. Add to hand. Nope, Superior Calling. I'm Superior Calling Trickstar over here. Yep, over here. And calling Bill skill over here. Call. And now it's time to cross overdress. Brilliant equip Bram Virina. Get dressed Trickstar together with Gallandite. Cross overdress. Power added, Gallandite skill, more power. There we go. That's all from my main phase. Now it's time to head on to the battle phase. My right side, Bram Virina, unboosted, attacks the Vanguard, 48,000 power. My opponent perfect guards. She discards for the perfect guard cost a critical trigger. The attack fails. No worries, I still got more attacks to go through. Nirvana Jheva attacks the Vanguard, 23,000. Nirvana Jheva skill. I counterblast 1. Counter blast. And restand 1 cross overdress unit. Restand the right side from Virina. The attack goes through. Twin drive, first check. Yes! Critical trigger! Critical to the Vanguard and power to the left side from Virina. Critical added and power added. Second check. Alright! Over trigger! I give 100 million power to the Vanguard. Nope, I'm giving... Yep, giving it all to Vanguard and restand. Restand, Vanguard. 2 damage to my opponent. The flames rain down and... Boom! 2 damage. 1. No trigger. 6 damage. I win. That was a pretty good fight. Despite a rough start at the beginning, I still managed to get the cards I need at the very end and score a win. I got to try out the new cards to this deck pretty well, by my own opinion. So I got win, double trigger, attack 100,000 more power, perfect guarded, drew an over trigger, did a persona right, 6 turns passed, did a superior call, retired 5 more opposing units, and drew 3 or more times in 1 turn. I got 3,000 BP, total 112,775 BP. Pressing A to go next, leaving the fight and returning to the fight menu. Leaving fight menu, back to the main menu. Here we are on the main menu, on to edit deck menu. And with that, the deck's in built, cards explained, and I just finished testing out the deck in front of you. And so, first I want to say is thank you to the viewers watching today's video, and to please stay tuned for more videos I plan to upload again in the near future. I also hope you'll show support by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my videos and channel. And with that I say, goodbye!